Hi, I'm Sergeant Rob Simpson from Cheshire Police's Rural Crime Team, and today I've been joined by Will French. Will owns a company that produces products and sells products that help with the battle against Land Rover Defenders being stolen. What we're going to do today, put this video together really, because the national picture is very much that Land Rover Defenders are going, sadly, almost on a nightly basis in some areas. What we want to try and do is reverse that trend, and we thought we'd put this video together for you today to try and give you an idea of the things that you can do to help. We're obviously playing our part in Cheshire Police. We've produced stickers that are going in the back of Land Rover Defenders, asking people to stop or asking the police to stop them any time of the day, any time of the night. And hopefully, if you're a Defender owner, you've been stopped already, or if you haven't got a sticker in, get one in. Okay, so Will's joined us today. Will, thank you very much for coming up. I know it's been a long journey for you. We're going to have a look at some of these products. Now, there's some main areas that we're really sort of focusing on to try and stop people's Defenders becoming a victim of sort of crime. Now, I know that these products aren't designed, or sort of, they can't guarantee that the Defender won't go, but let's frustrate the baddies as much as we can, so that hopefully it's not Dave or whatever the beloved name of the person who owns that Defender loses it that night, and hopefully, or maybe even if it does go, how we could recover it. So what are the areas that we've got to look at today?
So when looking at Defender theft, the three main areas are theft of items from the vehicle, theft of the vehicle itself, and then recovery of the vehicle as well. So theft of the items from the vehicle could be, especially with the later bonnets, could be the bonnet itself. We've all seen lots of images of doors going missing as well. So the doors is another hot point, especially on later model Defenders where they've got press doors and they're more desirable again. And then moving into sort of immobilising the vehicle, there's the common thing of pedal locks. We've got a couple of options here today, and then the disc lock as well. So using something that's very visible, very much saying, I fitted something here, you don't know what I fitted in a sort of covert manner, which sort of leads you onto the recovery of the vehicle and using things like trackers to try and recover that vehicle back as well.
So it's fair to say layers is a good way to go.
Yes.
So we really want to be making sure that we are frustrating them on a visual thing, so turning up they can see that Defender, your pride and joy, or your farm vehicle that's needed to help out on the farms and bring, look after your livestock and so on. If they're looking steering wheel locks, pedal locks, which we'll go over and stuff like that, it's that thirst barrier, having those things that's going to try and stop items like bonnets or doors, and then also again, how do we get it back to you? How do we recover it if you are unfortunately a victim of that crime? And the more of the layers you can add in, and I understand there is a cost and some people don't like the idea of that there's a cost, but actually, as we know, it can be part of the family Defenders, and it's about protecting them and making sure that it stays with you, because they are a brilliant vehicle. Okay, so you have a look at some of these products and see how they go about, how easy they are to use? Okay, great. So one of the products that I know you brought down today is like pedal lock here. There's loads of different types of, there's a few different types of pedal locks. Very simple to use.
This fantastically simple. This is the most simple pedal lock to use without modifying the vehicle.
Okay.
So there's another mate which folds up from the floor and then locks into the pedal. And it's just, that's a couple of seconds to fit. And this one is very, very simple. You can literally put the pedals up into each of the slots and then just close the top against it, hold it with one hand and lock it with the other, and you're in.
And as we know, very difficult to drive the vehicle without its pedals. So really good, simple one to do it. Very frustrating. It's a visual deterrent as well. So if someone's looking in through the window, they can see it down the bottom and think, not today, not interested, and they move on. Brilliant. Okay. And then what other things have we got? Because I've seen like this pedal pin here. What's that about?
So the pedal pin will bolt in place either side of the clutch pedal, top and bottom, and then literally the pin just stops the pedal from being depressed. So it's just a way of immobilising the clutch. And then we've got items here for a removable wheel. So this is the boss that gets fitted to the steering column. And literally the wheel will get fitted to these 6 holes here. You pull the 2 pins, pops off, and that's your wheel there. So, and then the benefit of that is that you can then fit this very bright orange item here on top of what's left on the column, and it just spins and stops anyone from getting any access to it, being able to grab the column.
And again, just like with the pedals being not accessed, steering wheel without steering wheel, pretty difficult to drive it away. And that's relatively straightforward to install.
Yeah, that's very easy. That's one of the easiest things that you do. And the massive benefit of that over something like the pedal lock is that it's so up in your face right there, and you don't even have to look into the car. You just see that it's got this on it, and hopefully that, at least with the opportune kind of thefts, it pushes people away onto something.
And I guess there's no reason why you can't do both, or even more.
No,
the more
as you want. Yeah,
might take a few more minutes in the morning to get your car off the drive. Brilliant.
And then moving on to things that, so to prevent the bonnet being stolen, we do a couple of cable guards that fit underneath. Well, this one will fit underneath the standard plastic grille. This one replaces it all together. It's a little bit more secure because it's stud welded.
Yeah.
And it just slots in place. There's no external fixings. We've got the corset guards here. This is a very well known weak point on Defenders. The benefit of these being that you don't have to drill holes in the bodywork. Which is quite nice. And then they basically clamp the window in place and prevent any access through the corset guards, which, as I say, is quite a well-known way to access the vehicle, quite easy way to access the vehicle. Moving on to other things, so these are security hinges. Again, they make it so that the standard hinges with their external fixings become internal, so you can't get access to any of the fixings externally.
Because again, I suppose it's like we're saying, if the vehicle goes, or if they can't get the vehicle, there is always that element of they might take a part of the vehicle.
Exactly.
And we've all seen those images, they're widely circulated where people have lost bonnets and doors. So again, those kind of products there really help try and dissuade them from taking the items off your vehicle. So, and in terms of the other bits we've got on the back there, standard steering wheel lock.
Yeah.
So no-brainer again.
Standard steering wheel lock for Defenders. It has to be a medium disc lock if you're going to go with that. And then this is again quite a universal product. It's another pedal lock that can be moved onto other vehicles and adjusted to suit other vehicles. So quite attractive for people in that respect. This is a spare wheel lock, so literally for alloy wheels. So it wouldn't work on this vehicle, unfortunately, but that bolts into the wheel carrier and then literally locks the wheel into place. So that's
extra line of security. Okay, so we've talked about, in terms of things that are on the outside of the vehicle there, some of the products we've seen there. We've also talked about the bits inside the vehicle to try and stop it going. And again, you've got some products on here, but I appreciate that because of the nature of what they are in terms of trackers, we're not going to go into so much detail about showing them. But what's the idea behind of the trackers? Tell me about what that's about.
So you can kind of, with trackers, is obviously the main thing is reactive. There are functions within a lot of trackers that are a bit proactive as well, however. So with this one that we've got here today, it's quite a simple one. It's literally a case of being able to locate the vehicle, and it doesn't have any immobilisation or any too many sort of early warning alerts. You can kind of, the more you pay, generally speaking, you get more functions like remote immobilisation, or just in the case of the S5 Advance, it literally will immobilise it within 30 seconds of the vehicle being there. So that's quite, and then you get other things like movement at height alerts, battery cut-off alerts, geofences, and that sort of thing. So there's a common conception that trackers are very reactive, but there are little, arguably it's almost too late, but there are some proactive measures within them.
Okay. So, and again, it all depends on money. You can go from very sort of the lower end of the market all the way through to the all singing, dancing, bells and whistles. Okay, should we have a look at how some of these products work, or how one fitted inside the cab? So Will, you're going to take us through the fitting of the pedal, really simple device, we were talking about it before, onto the Land Rover here. Obviously in the cab here, we've got on here, what's this device called again?
So that's just a gear stick lock.
Okay. Okay, relatively straightforward. Again,
Yeah, very easy to fit.
Yeah, main function of being able to drive, hopefully being able to change gear, and this frustrates anyone from being able to do so. Obviously, we can put the steering wheel on. We're not going to unwrap this one to put it on here, but it is basically what it is, goes around there. Okay, so tell us about how this works with the fitting of that then.
So here we have an Arda case, which is the only pedal lock with 2 locks within it, and basically it's just a clamshell that fits over the pedals. So it's as simple as holding up underneath the pedals, holding it together like that. It's stiff enough to hold itself on there, so it's very quick and easy to do. And there you go, it's locked off, and you've obviously got the secondary lock there as well if you need to do that to want to make it more secure.
Yeah.
So
and again, bright orange, so that anyone looking through the window can be like, that's got one of them on, I'm not going near that, can't be bothered, go find trouble elsewhere. Brilliant. And again, take it off, really simple, just a case
really simple, and unlock it. Drops down. And it's designed so that it can actually fit inside in the dash more or less.
Oh right, yeah.
So it sort of just slots there, or anywhere else convenient really.
Fantastic.
So, in summary, the things that we sort of tend to say are to focus on at least one visible item. We've explained 3 visible items that can be fitted quite easily, but at least one visible item. And then a number of covert measures, especially on the later models with a few alarm modifications, and then the tracking that we discussed as well. It's quite easy to see with a quick Google search of how many products there are to secure defenders. But as I say, those sort of kind of working in the layered approach make sure that we fit something visible at the very minimum and the tracker, and then as much as you can afford thereafter is the main thing.
Okay, that's great advice. Thank you so much for coming up today to do this. I think really for us then speaking is actually, if you own a Defender out there, let's start doing the minimum that you can do, whether it's getting it blocked in on your driveway as well. Start looking at products like this. I know it's a costing curve, but ultimately, when you think about the costs and the actual issues that are involved if you're unfortunate to have your Defender taken, then there are some really easy and straightforward things you can do. And again, if you've got the money, think about the layers. Let's build it up. Let's really frustrate the people that want to try and take your Defender, trying to take Dave or Mandy or Sandy or whatever you call your Landy. Let's make sure that we're doing all playing our part. The police for stopping them at any times of the day, and also yourself trying to get those products put into the vehicle, stop it going. Thank you very much, and thanks for putting up with the VMU noises.